I've been trading for over 3 months now, and recently I've noticed an influx of new people wanting to trade meme coins. I've also noticed they're coming in with an unrealistic expectation on trading, so today I'm going to break down the reality of it. And just before we begin, I want to say thank you for the support on that recent video, and I'd also like to thank Nova for bringing me on as a new partner, as I found serious potential in my content, so thank you Trader Nova. My referral link will be in the description below. Please feel free to use it if you're not on Nova already. Enjoy the video. As always, I have a bunch of different topics to cover, and I'm going to break them down one by one and give a detailed explanation. Let's begin. As many people know, if you follow the crypto scene on Twitter, you'll begin to see crazy P&Ls of upwards of $1 million. However, this isn't the case for many new people. You will lose your pot multiple times before it become profitable, unless you get super lucky from the beginning and land a crazy P&L and you're willing to put in a lot of money to make that big money. You will most likely lose and lose before you have a win. My point being, a lot of people are joining the scene because they're seeing these crazy P&Ls across the timeline on other platforms, hoping to do the same thing. However, that reality is quickly faded when they begin to lose thousands of dollars very fast. Following on from number one, you're against millionaires, you're in the financial game, you're against people who have got time and money on their hands. A lot of these big traders who are posting these crazy P&Ls online either have influence, insider information, or have just spent countless hours every day for probably over a year. Following on from that, people with influence will always make money. And literally, as I said before, if you have influence in the scene, you have copy traders, you have a following, some sort of social presence, people will copy trade you. And once you buy into a coin, you'll create volume and you can market manipulate. You can begin to start metas, start trends, and the money will just follow you. And I'm not discrediting any big traders, but it is the reality what a lot of them will hide. Of course, this isn't the case for the whole journey, as from the beginning, they wouldn't have had a lot of copy traders and they wouldn't have made as much influence on charts. So I'm not discrediting there because they've obviously worked really hard to get where they are. But in reality, these people with influence are going to make way more money than you. Once you begin to realize who you're against, you'll quickly understand that it's not going to be as easy to make money as you once expected. As I mentioned before, if you're coming into this game to make quick money, you're slowly going to realise that won't happen when you begin to look at who you're trading against. People like Orangey, Cupsy, Profit, Euris, and all these other big names have been trading for countless hours a day, and they understand metas, they have insider information, and they also have copy traders, so they can almost create market manipulation and begin trends. Like previously stated, a lot of people jump into the scene hoping to turn this small portfolio into a huge portfolio in a short amount of time and make generational wealth in less than a year. Like I said, it's very unlikely and it's very unrealistic. I've also noticed a lot of people get very greedy when they begin meme coin trading. They get ahead of themselves and they're always chasing for more money, which is fine and a good trait to have. However, with that comes greed, and with greed that means that they're not cashing out, they're not taking profits because they're aiming for more, and it ends up biting them back in the ass because they've left it and the coins ended up going to zero. You have to understand, most coins will go to zero, so take profits where due and don't get too greedy. You've got to put it into perspective. A lot of people won't even make $250 a day, so why won't you take the $250 profit? Stop chasing thousands of dollars. You might land on it sometimes, but 99% of the time the coin will drop and you won't make as much, and you'll be bummed out because you could have cashed out at X amount and you've only got way less than that. Similar to my previous points, you can't just be picking and choosing when you come into the game. You know, if you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. It's as simple as that. You can't hop on for an hour a day and then not come on for a week and then hop back on next week and hope to make money. It doesn't work like that. You have to be consistent. The reason I say this is because if you're not consistent, you're not going to be making money. Why? Because you can't keep up with metas. You don't know what's going on. You're not up to date with news, and ultimately you just don't really understand what's going on around you. However, if you're keeping up and you're there every day, you show up every day, as most people know, it's common knowledge, consistency is key and it beats talent 99% of the time. Just make sure you're showing up and make sure you're putting in the work and you'll see the growth. I'm going to merge the last two into one topic and talk about it quite in depth. So I had as one of my points that you'll get FOMO, you'll miss runners, you'll yeet too early, but then I also had down that it is 99% psychological, and I'm going to mix these into one point because I find they go hand in hand. I think in the scene, people have this expectation, as always, that they can come in and do this and that and they can leave and that's it, they're good. However, a lot of people leave early and they end up giving up because they can't handle the mental side of it, the psychological side of it. Like I pointed out before, people are going to get FOMO, which again is a trait of psychology. They're going to sell too early, you know, they're going to paper hand. It's going to ruin their emotions. So I always advise new people coming into the scene to understand the psychology behind stuff first. Once you can control your emotions, you're going to be a much more successful trader. I say this because you're not going to be afraid of charts. You're not going to sell because you see the chart go down, and you're going to buy with conviction, and you're going to buy with confidence, which ultimately is going to lead to your portfolio growing very large, very quick. However, if you let the emotions get to you and you're getting FOMO and all these other bad traits that people pick up along the way, you'll find you're going to continue to lose money. And I say to implement it from the beginning because it's easy to start with a good habit. However, it's hard to break a bad habit. Create these good habits, continue them throughout, learn from your mistakes, check over your work, etc. And you're going to find great success. I do apologise for the short video, and I forced myself to get this video out just because I'm really enjoying the support and I don't want to lose that consistency. As always, I hope you lot enjoyed the video, and I hope this gives the new people joining the crypto scene a little bit more of a realistic expectation on what to expect when starting. I think if you come into the scene with these expectations, you're going to be humbled very fast. However, if you have low expectations and don't expect nothing back, you'll probably find more success. With that being said, that concludes the video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you Sunday at 6 PM for a new video. Until then, good night.